Today we are continuing with built-in functions. We saw built-in functions for creating arrays in the previous section, but now we want to see more of useful functions. Okay, useful built-in functions for array manipulation. So in the course of your programming live with MATLAB, you will be called to use these functions many a times. Okay, they are very handy and they are helpful in a lot of cases. Okay, so let's create any random. So by now you know what this means, right? Wow, you're a pro. You're a pro in the MATLAB. Okay, so let's create that. No, this is not actually very accurate for what I want to do right now. Let me create a square. Okay, good. So a is equal to that. Now, I want to start with a function known as diag. Okay, so this function diag, it has two roles. When it is applied on a matrix, it forms a vector, and when it is applied on a vector, it forms a matrix. And you can guess what it does, right? So diag simply stands for diagonal. Okay, it's diagonal. It's not necessarily main diagonal. It's just diagonal. Okay, so let's start by applying it on a matrix so that you see what it does. Then we'll apply it on a vector and you'll see what it does. So again, diag applied on a matrix provides a vector, okay, and the elements of that vector are simply the diagonal of the matrix on which it was applied. So if I say diag of A, for example, which is A is this matrix, right? If I say diag of A and I press enter, what happens? It gives me the elements of the main diagonal of A in a new vector. So if I had said, let's repeat that, if I had said V is equal to diag of A, for example, right? You see that V is what? It becomes a column vector, and the elements of V are the main diagonal of A. So 3, 3, 5, 5, 2, 2, and 1. Okay, so why did I say that it's not necessarily the main diagonal? Because you can actually shift the reference. Okay, so how many diagonals does A have here? It has one diagonal, 2, 3, 4. Are you seeing that? So actually it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has up to 7 diagonals. Okay, so what MATLAB does with this function is that it takes the main diagonal here as the 0 reference. Okay, if you're going up, then this will be the first diagonal, the second, and the third. If you're going down, this will be the -1th diagonal, the -2th diagonal, the -3. Okay, so can we see that? So let me put A again. If this time around I say V is equals to diag of A comma 1, then what diagonal am I asking for? It's no longer the main diagonal. Okay, so diag of A is like diag of A comma 0. It's just the first reference here. The main diagonal is the 0. I don't need to indicate anything there. You will just give me the main diagonal. But then if I want this diagonal here, I should know that the reference here is 0, and then it goes 1, 2, 3. You see that? Good. So it will be 4, 1, 3. That is our one diagonal. So what will be diag of A comma 2? It will simply be 3, 2, right? So let's see that. You see that, right? What will be diag of A comma -1? It will be 1, 1, 1, right? Let's see that. -1. Good. It will be 1, 1, 1. As simple as that. Okay. -2. Let's see that and then check the value. -2 will be 1, 3, and here I have 1, 3. As simple as that. But this is the case when diag is applied on a matrix. What about when diag is applied on a vector? Okay. Let's create a vector V, and we'll say Randy of 5, 1, 4, for example. Good, that's our vector. So when diag is applied on a vector, it forms a matrix whose diagonal is the vector. Okay, when it is applied on the matrix, it forms a vector with the corresponding matrices diagonal. But when it is applied on the vector, it forms a matrix whose diagonal is the vector and 0 everywhere else. So if I say this time around A is equal to diag of V, okay, so it acts like the I command. You remember the I command, right? But this time around, we have specific values. It's not just 1, 1, 1 in the main diagonal. It is specific values. The values are the elements of the vector 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, right? So, now, what if I want this one not to be in the main diagonal, but to be in the 1th diagonal, okay? Then I will say, comma 1. But you will notice something. For these elements to fit in the 1th diagonal, the size of the matrix have to increase. It can no longer be a 4 by 4. It has to be a 5 by 5 for it to fit the 1th diagonal, okay? So this will be the main diagonal, 0 everywhere else, but the 1th diagonal has been filled with those values. And if you apply it even to the negative 1th, then it does exactly the same thing, okay? Good. So, I think we will stop here. This will be a whole series, and we have a lot of functions to see. We have a lot of built-in functions to understand, because I have noticed this is very handy in programming. The ability to be able to use built-in functions to save time and focus on what we are really called to do is very essential for us engineers. Okay, so see you in the next session.